Back up in that valley is where I believe the glacier is, although, like most glaciers in the world, it's retreated so far. You can see all the torn up dirt there in the front, where at one time it had probably gone over in the last few decades, and then this lake is the initial meltwater point for it, of collecting water that doesn't go into the river, which flows up over there as well. So, pretty cool. Footbridge over the Chitina River that you have to get over to get to McCarthy, unless you happen to live there. Then there's a bridge further down that you can use, although even the residents have to pay the owner of the bridge. He built it himself to use it, so fun stuff. Just see my bike and the campsite across there in that little gap in the trees there. So it's kind of secluded. Having late breakfast, early lunch at a place called the Potato here in McCarthy. Having their spudlings, so curly fries with gravy, sausage, and there's an egg on it. It's pretty damn good. Here at the old Kennecott Mine, a little kind of mining town type thing. A lot of it's part of the National Park Service. Some of it's privately owned. People actually, I think, live up here even part-time of the year. So I'm standing on the edge where the old milling process used to be, or not milling, but I can't remember what the name of it is, but where they would do something with the ore, and everything, when they crush it, and all the limestone that was left over got dumped over this hill here. See all the junk and stuff they also threw over the hill. And in the background, all that brown crap is, as far as I can tell, it looks like just maybe dirt, but it might be dirt-covered ice from the glacier. But that's the path the glacier would normally run if it was running through here. So I haven't been able to figure that out yet. There's parts of it that look like there might be ice under it. The rest of it just looks like piles of sand, so hard to say. So we're gonna take a tour of the old mill in a little over an hour. But for the meantime, we'll just wander on our own. Get you down the road. Kennecott Mine. I'll be doing a tour of that in about an hour. So you got one of the Sam shirts as well.
You got one of these?
I got this older one a couple years ago. So
hey, that's right.
I got another one you did too.
Barely recognized it. Yeah, I met him in where was it? Flagstaff during the Wyvern Expo.
Yeah, I met him there, and then actually a couple months later, then I met him again at the ABR over in England, which is where I found the shirt. So because he had a couple old ones he had still left over. So
yeah, so awesome. Nice guy.
Yeah, he's a great guy. We had a lot of good conversations.
Same.
This didn't happen naturally. So in the 60s, after Kennecott was abandoned pretty much, the corporation was...
I don't know, the way this thing creaks, it makes you wonder.
My house creaks just the same.
Yeah. Long way down. Scary to think that when this building was in operation, the whole building probably vibrated. I hate these narrow steps. For big feet people like me.
My husband's size 15.
Oh geez, he's even worse than I am, yeah.
He's not happy.
No.
Yeah.
Backwards.
Yep.
You know, I've seen some guides go forward. I don't know how they do it.
I've done it before, but it was scary, so I've never done it again.
Just a few things about this floor. So like I said, here we got a nice example of a vibrating screen. So the way it works, as you are coming down the stairs, you might have taken a gander at kind of the chutes that come down from the higher floor. So this thing would have been shaken kind of like that. It would have been on a generator, so nobody...
It films 360 degrees. I don't have to worry about what I'm pointing at.
Okay, so this is the last floor of the sorting process, and all our shaker tables. If you guys take a look, they're a little bit different than the ones we saw up above. Closer together, and they call them also a whiffle table. But the whiffles are a lot thinner together because it's smaller ore and just more fine. And then
Power plant room. Engines, generators, boilers. So if you want to live out in the boonies of Alaska, here at the Kennecott site, this building is actually for sale. $1.2 million, which I think is a little steep for it, for an area that's pretty much inaccessible, probably 6 to 7 months out of the year. So if you stayed out here, you'd have to be self-sufficient. And it's a basically about a 90-mile trip out here from the nearest civilization. But you could either open a business in it. Looks like it might have been in the past. Otherwise, use it as a house. Kind of cool, though. So just got done with the Kennecott Mine tour. We toured through the mill. So you don't actually go through the mine. This is the processing side of stuff. I don't think anyone does tours through the mines. Matter of fact, I'm so sure the mines are still owned by the original company. So, but the surface buildings and everything was sold off though years ago. So, parts of the building are in pretty bad shape, and there's, you know, even with the reinforcements they've made, sometimes you're walking along and the floor's sagging or creaking, and you're like, I don't know about this. But no, it's like 14 stories, so, and you know, some very narrow staircases. You go up and down to get from place to place. Lots of heavy machinery and equipment, and some areas that you know, holes in the thing that drop down 200 feet. So, well, maybe not that far, but you know, definitely several stories. But so, kind of a cool building though. Knowing that, you know, the guides, you know, were pretty well versed in the history of it and you know what the machines were for and everything. So. And then, you know, walked around a little bit more of the exterior buildings so that, you know, are accessible just to the public. And now I'm going to sit here for the next 20 minutes and wait for my shuttle to take me back to McCarthy. So, and then I might walk out to the cemetery. I guess there's supposed to be some neat displays there, some of the old headstones, and the Park Service has put up some information about some of the deceased. So, and then probably have dinner at the place, and then get a ride over to the bridge and go over and I guess see if my stuff is still at the camp. Hopefully no one fucked with it, but so. Alrighty, I'll catch you down the road. Walk over to the old McCarthy Cemetery. So, not a lot here. A lot of the original stones were probably out of wood or crosses. A lot of them, you know, look like they've probably been replaced over the years. Many of them, if they are original, are so faded you can't read them. So modern plaques have been put on them for, you know, at some point when they could still read them. So, but kind of interesting, you know. They all were people that died, you know, before the mine closed in *38. Some of them, you know, a lot of accidents, disease, you know, surgeries that didn't go well, and even a few, you know, a lot of unknowns, and then, you know, even a couple of foul plays. So, you know, or even one suicide. So kind of interesting. You know, it's kind of beat up place, you know, as far as, you know, it's not maintained real well. It's obviously not an active cemetery anymore, but yeah, it's interesting. So, all right, well, the bugs are eating me alive, so I'm going to get out of here. Catch you down the road.
See all the snow built up at the head of the mountain there, which is where the one of the glaciers starts way over there as well. I think the Rook Glacier is the smaller of the two, and then the bigger one's the dirty one.
Well, back at the camp, nobody bugged it. So, fortunately, when I got off the shuttle, I think I left my hat on the shuttle, so I had to switch over to this one. So, kind of pissing me off. I'm losing shit constantly. You know, some of it I'm able to find. I don't know. Wasn't sure if I was going to go back over later. I mean, they do have live music at the saloon, I guess at 9, but which is about 2 hours from now. So I might go ahead and, you know, go check the shuttle, and at least ask if somebody found it. I did walk back over to see if it had just fallen off, you know, while we were getting out of the shuttle, but I didn't see it. So either somebody picked it up or it didn't come off. So, of course, who knows, depending on, we'll even see it sitting on the floor, it might blend in. So it's kind of a darker gray. But oh, fuck. So Yeah, I'll check, but it's a good chance it's gone. So, I mean, it was getting old, and I was probably going to retire it after this trip anyway, because I noticed the brim's starting to peel away from the hat. But it'd be nice to have still, because it's smaller, you know. But this one will work as well. So it's just not as it's not as comfortable to wear, although it does protect me from the sun better. Alrighty, well, I guess that's it for now. I need to put this phone on the charger because it's almost empty. So, catch you down the road. Making you dizzy?